Hello, this is Lisa Luciard. I wanted to say thank you so much for taking this message again. I wanted to recollect your memory about the problem with police Chauvin, Chauvin. He needs to have a re-case to go in and have a team to relook and reconsider his situation because Floyd had 15 counts against him because Floyd had heart fibrillation. So the pressure that Chauvin put on Floyd's neck didn't cause his death. The cause of his death was because he had heart fibrillation, heart trouble. He was on heavy drugs and maybe even pharmaceuticals. So police Chauvin's case should be revisited. And also Epic newspaper mentioned that the autopsy of Floyd, the poor thing, is terrible. He had a tumor, a brain tumor. All these medical problems he had will cause his death, not the death. The death was not caused by the pressure that Floyd had on his neck from police Chauvin. This needs to be revisited. If he had heart fibrillation, he couldn't even do a 50-yard dash. Your heart would be pumping. He could faint. This is very serious to consider. We need to revisit our regulations about drugs and other technological situations that are related to crime, because things have changed. The things have changed with the types of drugs and also technology and also the form of the way people respect each other, whether it's the police, how the police respects the person or how the person respects the police. You could see that since we've had globalization and technology and infiltration of all different types of very heavy, deathly drugs, they cause different contraindications. Hence, we have to have different regulations. I told you about this. My name's Lisa Luciard, and these are all facts. I have 15 counts that I wrote to show that, unfortunately, poor Mr. Floyd had the sickness. You know, it's terrible. He has this. I know I've worked with people that came out of the prison in the streets for 3 years. Plus, I was in the medical practice for 20 years. So, and plus, I've studied law. So, I'm very serious about this, and we need to revisit this situation of the new drugs, the technology, globalization, the way people treat each other in respect to the police and to the individual, and the individual to the police. And because there's technology and technology information on one pillar, then there's laws and regulations on the other, and there's existence of life. And existence of life, people have integrated in very serious deathly drugs never before in society. And then also there's the world controls. So there needs to be more regulations and laws for this So I believe, and other people believe, also Epic newspaper mentioned it. I believe that they need to, and so did Epic newspaper, believe that we need to revisit his case. And by the way, in Epic newspaper last month, it talked about that Chauvin was out in he used to be in a cell that was more private, but then they put him in a group cell. And there was a man there, a past FBI agent, that almost stabbed Chauvin to death. He's still alive. Are you listening? This is a true story, that they put police Chauvin, in a group cell. He was stabbed by a past FBI agent. And almost stabbed to death, but he's still living. Because he was sent there because this was a big setup. This is an ideological, political crime of the democratic elite communists and those who don't support the police and don't have the proper assessment of the new technologies, new drugs, new relationships, globalization, of the way this case was dealt with. it was dealt with wrong. And this, many people have said, and specialists and experts, that police Chauvin was treated wrongly, and this was a setup, because they were afraid there was going to be troubles if they didn't put police Chauvin to 21 years in jail. He should not be in 21 years of jail. That has to be revisited. He did not cause the death of Floyd on the facts of the basis that Floyd, I'll repeat, had heart fibrillation, he had heart trouble, he had physical trouble, he had other mental and health diseases, he had a tumor in his brain. There's many contraindications, even with the tumor in the brain, could cause the death and improper breathing of his heart, because the brain controls the heart. So don't get me going on this. I didn't write that on my argument about the tumor in his brain. So we need to work together and revisit that case. And we need to revisit the cases of these policemen and the clients, the people that are also affected by the police's reactions or violence. Either way, but we need to revisit regulations and laws. This is Lisa Lucci Arden. My phone number is on my website, www.lisalucciarden.com, and arisetogodstruth.com. Thank you so much for your time. We need to support both Floyd and both Chauvin, the police. And we are supporting them by bringing justice and truth. Thank you so much. This is Lisa Lucci Arden. Arise to God's truth, heal America, love in God, restore and keep America's freedom,